The GNU Linux find utility on the command line is one of the most fundamental tools in Ubuntu. In this video, I'll demonstrate some of the more common options used when performing a search with find. So the basic find search, we type find, where we'd like to search. Say I want to search in the varlog directory, and I put -name, and I put what I'd like to search for. Let's say I'd like to search for Nginx. Now this will look for exact matches only, and here it finds varlog Nginx. So this is actually a folder. If I'd like to specify to only look at directories, I can put type D. And if I'd like to specify only files, I can put -type F for file. And you'll notice here it didn't find it because varlog Nginx is a directory. Now I've got some annoyances here with the permission denied. So if I don't have permission to read those directories or they belong to another user, it will show these permission denied messages. I can also do this search as root, so find sudo find varlog type F. Let's just do -name Nginx. And if I put in my password correctly to validate sudo, it returns my result. Now if I look to do a wildcard search, let's say I'm looking for logs with error that begin with error. So error star for the wildcard, so it'll match anything that starts with error. And there it finds the following error logs. I can also look for things like auth or access. So there's a bunch of different options I can use or things I can search for in varlog. Now if I'd like to refine it a little bit more, let's say I'd like to find everything in my current directory, my home directory. That's type F for file, and the name has .star. So this means it's prefixed with dot, which means it's a hidden file. So if I want to find all hidden files from my home directory, the current directory I'm in, I can use this command. And here it goes through and outputs all of the files or directories that are hidden, anything that begins with the period. I can also look by size. Let's say I'd like to do find in my current directory, anything with the size greater than 1 gigabyte. So I can do -size and then +1G for gigabyte. And it doesn't find anything. Let's look for anything larger than 10 megabytes. Nothing. 1 megabyte? There, we get some files. There's a little bit of a mess because there's lots of hidden folders and very deep structures. So it does operate recursively. So it found quite a bit on that search. Now let's use sudo just so we don't get all the permission errors. And find, I'm going to look in varlog for anything with a size greater than 10 megabytes. How about 5 megabytes? No, not very big log files in this system. We have one, the dpkg or Debian package log is greater than 1 megabyte. Another thing I can look for with size, instead of +1, I can look for let's say -1M. Now this should return quite a few, so this means smaller. So if we use -1M for -1 megabyte, it's everything smaller than 1 megabyte, and plus is greater. So let's look for everything smaller than 1 megabyte. And those are all the files it finds. We can also do empty files by just doing -empty, and it will return all of the empty files. And those are the most important options. And that'll conclude this introduction to find.